What's up guys, Trev here. Today I am taking a look at the newest drop from Matchbox for their Mattel Creations line. It is the North American P-51 Mustang. Yeah, it's not a car, it's a plane. Boeing officially licensed product. And yeah, this dropped on Thursday. I'm recording this on Saturday. It only took 2 whole days to arrive, and I'm going to take a look at it. I collect these Matchbox direct-to-consumer Mattel Creations drops, so this one ultimately will go into the collection. And yeah, I also want to talk about, it's been a bit of a slow year for Matchbox. Not a slow year, a very quiet year. I think their distribution has been not great in terms of in-store. Haven't been seeing a lot of newer product. The shelves are just either the same mix I've seen 20,000 times, or they just don't get anything. It's a bit unfortunate because Matchbox is doing some pretty cool stuff. But I want to talk a little bit about the Mattel Creations line and how it hasn't really done that great this year, because these are the only 2 things we saw. I just brought this out because this is just the other kind of non-car release from the Mattel Creations line. This was the Coronation coach that they did. I think it was a made to order in 2023, I think like April or May or so, and I think it shipped out early last year. But these are the only 2 Matchbox Mattel Creations releases we have seen for 2025. You had the Range Rover Classic and the National Parks livery opening hood, which is not bad. And then you actually had a new casting, the Audi, the 96 Audi A4 Super Touring, which was really nice, metal on metal. It was actually a pretty good casting, solid execution. But these are the only 2 drops we've gotten this year. That's it. And I wonder if it's because these models have a very hard time selling. In fact, same thing with Elite 6.4. They're constantly running sales and like deals. I think because the stuff doesn't sell all too well, so Mattel just like wants to get rid of it in a sense. But yeah, here is this. Now this was $27. The price of these have gone up. I shouldn't have taken that out. I should actually show the packaging. They're 25, but this one's 27. Like I said, prices all over Mattel Creation have been going up. Elite 6.4, I forgot to mention in my BMW video, those are now $22. The prices of everything is going up. Here's the back. It's actually a render right there of the plane. Usually I think it is a render, but there you go. So Matchbox made this celebrating the 85th anniversary of the P-51 Mustang. So it's not a car, it's a plane. Still in the very big and large acrylic case. Nice thing is I don't have to unscrew anything. It's just in here. And another thing, actually this is kind of cool. So you have the stand. Now, let me show the stand off real quick. This actually clicks into the base, so you can put this in here. Am I doing that right? Maybe it goes in this way or this way. Oh, there you go. It goes in the base, and then you can display it. Yeah, I put it in backwards. Putting it in like that makes it. Oh, can I even get this out? Oh yeah, I can just push the pins out. There we go. Putting it in that way makes it look like it's nosediving into the ground. I don't think we want that. There we go. Here we go. So you can actually display this on the acrylic case like this. There's just little holes there for the stand to go there, and so it's kind of at an angle. It's actually kind of nice. Put that there, display it like that. The background here is like a field. Same with here. That's probably where it takes off and lands and all that. And you also have this little stand right here. Let me push this out. This little stand. This actually, you know what? This might be the same stand they use for like the Hot Wheels used for the Star Trek releases when they released like the USS Enterprise. I think this might be the same stand. It definitely has that kind of shape. But yeah, you can just put that in there, put this on there like that, and display it like that. There you go. So you do get a stand to display it, which is nice. And we're going to take a look at this release. So this thing is all metal. It is completely metal. Is it painted silver? Actually, it's I think it might be unpainted. Let me look. It's kind of weird. It almost looks like it's Zamac, but it's not. Like it's, I don't know. Because like you can kind of see how it's almost looks like it's kind of got like a Zamac kind of finish. It could be bare metal, and maybe it has like a glitter clear coat. No, I actually just think it's bare metal. But like that doesn't look like bare metal. I don't know, it might be unpainted. Anyway, the P-51 Mustang, does it actually say it on the big? Yeah, there it is. North American P-51 Mustang. This was a common plane used in World War II and the Korean War. It's a very long-range plane. It's very reliable. And yeah, Matchbox made it. Not out of Matchbox's wheelhouse. They do have their Skybusters line, which is, it is planes. Have 195301 there on the tail, or on the rudder or whatever. You have the back here. I forget what these surfaces are. Are these the flaps? Or are these the flaps? I think those are the flaps. I forget. I forget. I forget my plane terminology. I don't know. You have it definitely does have like a, an American warplane kind of deco. You have the stripes here on the wings. This does have the dot matrix sort of look, which honestly, it doesn't look that bad on here. Actually, it looks a little bad right there. That looks like TV static right there for the engine. The propeller does move, and it is held in with a little red plastic tip there, and you have a red outline. Interior is green. There is a little guy in there, little pilot. There he is. You have stripes on the wings. You have the thing there. You have on this side, you have a bunch of little plain graphics there. It's kind of hard to show this off because the wings are just poking right into my phone. You have a bunch of text there that I cannot read. I have no chance I'm reading that. I don't even know if it says anything. But if that does say anything, I can't read it because it's too blurry and small. This thing isn't very big. You can see it kind of fits in the palm of my hands. There is a cool little party trick with this, though, and it is that the landing gear actually comes down. So if can I even pull it out? There we go. So as you can see, okay, there's a bit of a quality issue with mine. And I'll show you in a bit. This is kind of my one gripe that I have with it when I saw pictures of it online. Oh, it's not easy to... There we go. So it does actually have... The landing gear actually comes out. And I say there's a bit of a quality issue because they print it in where the tire goes. Looks like mine got a little bit of a misprint. You can see it's not fully printed in. That's supposed to be solid black. On this side it is. On this side it's fine. And another gripe I have is they only painted this surface of it. The inside is just it's just plain. I think this is actually a plastic piece. Yeah, that comes out. The inside of the tire is just the same color as the rest of the part, so it's gray, but the outside is printed black. So when you look at it like this, it does look a bit strange. I do like, though, that they gave it the folding landing gear. So you can actually display it like this. Just stand it on the landing gear like that. Which is kind of cool. And then if you don't want it, you can just fold it back in and there it goes. But there you can see it a bit better, how mine's kind of a bit wonky. You can't even really see it. But this one is not quite fully printed in black. Yeah, the graphics do wrap on the bottom too, which would make sense. Of course, they have to have all the legal stuff on the bottom, so it does look a bit weird, I guess. You have all the legal stuff here on the bottom. But you do get the printing on the bottom there, which is nice. And yeah, that is the very interesting drop from Matchbox. Not your traditional release. It's a plane. Obviously, not out of Matchbox's wheelhouse, but very interesting they would pick this as a Mattel Creations drop, especially since the last few actually haven't sold all that well. And I don't know how this will fare on the site. I think it'll sit for a while. Maybe it'll sell if they do like a buy one, get one deal on Mattel Creations. I don't know. It is very interesting though. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. It's nice. You know, but I think for Matchbox collectors and die-cast collectors, especially like what Matchbox is known for, I don't know if this is going to be a hit amongst collectors. But I will say it is nice, fairly nicely done. My one complaint is just the way that the landing gear was executed, just with the printing. I understand it's probably what they did is they just printed it along the bottom right there. So the inside, I think it would just be too hard to print on the inside there. But like it does look, like when I fold this out, if I can, because these are actually a bit hard to get out. You know, I'm gonna use my scissors. Even though they I don't think they're, oh, there we go. I don't know, when it's like that, it looks a bit strange when the inside's just solid gray and then the outside's got the printing. Like I said, I think it is just a limitation in terms of technology and just the way it's printed, but that's my one gripe. And the stand just completely fell off and where did it go? That's not great. I don't even, well, I guess we don't have a stand anymore. I probably didn't push it in all the way, but that was interesting. Where did it go? I'll probably have to look for a stand. Oh, I see it. I found it. Oh, there it is. Took a bit of a tumble. Let me try and push it in better. Maybe that was the issue. Yeah, that's in pretty good. Like, yeah, I just didn't push it in all the way, I don't think. Yeah, that's the drop. Enough of me rambling. I think it's interesting. I don't know if, you know, it's not really my cup of tea necessarily. I do like airplanes, but I more like, you know, commercial airliners, like passenger planes and stuff like that. You know, not, you know, these kinds of aircraft, these, what are they called on the back? These little piston planes. What are they exactly called? Yeah, it's a piston engine. Long range. Very common. Yeah, there it is. That's the plane. It's a plane. It's something different from Matchbox. Interesting pick for the Mattel Creations line. And, yeah, what do you guys think of it? Did you get one? Are you impressed with this? It's very interesting, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.